playing some different blue-white lists. We're starting with this one, which was played by Gregor Kowalski in GP Prague. I probably just butchered that name. Most notable thing about this list, it has Ancestral Vision's main deck, which a lot of the other lists don't have. It's pretty exciting to have a bunch of Ancestral Visions. Of course, like a card that used to be banned in Modern. So, I haven't played Blue-White Control before. I'm excited to just try out this deck. Yeah, I wanted to do it before the RPTQ. I just really need practice before then. That sounds amazing. D-Beat. Like, I know in Standard, I love getting a Teferi emblem and then casting Memory. Just like draw 7. Okay, getting an island here. Obviously we get punished if we draw specifically Terminus next turn. So it's not like clearly correct to do that, but I think saving the 2 life is probably worth like missing our 8%er or whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get in 3 blue-white control lists. I might not have time for the 4th though, but I've got 4 different lists loaded, at least. And yeah, the idea was very much I wanted, I really want to path this turn, right? So I just play out my planes. I really wanted to get in practice before the RPTQ with the blue-black deck. I haven't played it in like a couple weeks, and it's fairly challenging, so some practice wouldn't go awry. I am every bit as slow as Nassif. So, but we'll see, we'll see. Last time I got paired against Nassif online, I was the one who timed out. Goodbye, Terminus. Hello, Terminus. Jeez. What is it like? This is the best deck for me to play, right? Because I'm incredibly lucky. This is a deck where I get to channel all my absurd luck. It is a miracle. It is quite miraculous. Whew. If they draw the island, this Field of Ruin gets to be a strip mine pretty soon too. So good. So good. Oh no, my Terminus. Whatever will I do? Ooh, so I have this Vision coming up suspend next turn. That's pretty great. So the Ziggurat, the Horizon Canopy is the higher value land because as the game goes along, they can cycle it. But hitting the Ziggurat like means they can't cast Mantis Rider anymore, so I think I'm more interested in doing that. Cutting them off Mantis Rider is exciting to me. I think we're meant to hit the Ziggurat tie because like Mantis Rider is one of the cards we most care about here. I'm not like 100% on that. Yeah, they missed the land drop. If they'd been hitting land drops, I think I'd prefer hitting the canopy. But the fact they missed the land drop makes hitting the Ziggurat pretty appealing, I think. Yeah, they have 2 planes. That's really surprising. Meddling Mage would be really strong here, yeah. Meddling Mage on Ancestral Vision could be like game ending. That's probably a pretty good reason to board out Ancestral Vision in this matchup. This card seems brutal. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it all. The deck is really good. I think it's really impressive. It's a pretty decent one. I might just Ghost Quartering them. Do we just assume they don't have a third basic? I kind of want to go score to them. It's kind of annoying because, like, we'd like to be able to fire up Colonnade pretty soon, but it can't be too bad. Yeah, 3 basics is a lot. Like, double plains might indicate they have an island as well. Most lists are on Plains Island, but sick. Taste it. Taste that sick Ghost Quarter value. Alright, we're trading this with something. I think we're probably trading it with the Meddling Mage, maybe? There's an argument for trading with the freeboot, so we only need to hit 1 land to Terminus before the vision comes off. 100% Meddling Mage? I think it is. I'm not, like, entirely sure. Maybe another Meddling Mage. The vision is trapped forever. The final counter came off, so it's just, like, trapped in exile for eternity. This one has 3 turns on it, so we get 2 draw steps. Finally, it's somewhat annoying. This game's kind of... I think I have to cast Terminus in 2 turns is the problem. Like, I feel like I'm slipping behind. Yeah, I think we have to unlock the Terminus. I think I agree, Ninja, and I think I have to take the Spalia as well. Which kind of sucks. I feel like this game is slipping away from me, but... I mean, if they brick on a land for a couple turns, we're in a fine position. Yeah, that was my thinking. We need to take the Spalia so we can actually cast the Terminus. Okay, this makes this a 3/3. We need them to, like, not find a Thalia here. Even if they don't find a Thalia, we need them to not get a blue land next turn. Obviously, next turn they could crack the Canopy as a redraw towards a blue land as well, and still have 2 mana if they hit the land. Lieutenant is lethal, right? Yeah, Lieutenant is lethal. That's pretty bad for us. That's not great for us. Yes, I'm passing with Opt Up. Because, then I can hit at Terminus. Yep. That's what we're doing. These Ancestral Visions seem so bad in this matchup. They seem so soft to Meddling Mage, as we have seen. We could hit Detention Sphere, but if we do it in their turn, we can hit one of our 2 Terminus. I think I do this now, because then I can also hit Logic not to counter this. And then I'm hoping to hit, like, untapped land the turn after, which is fairly unlikely, but I think I meant to do this now. I think if all they have on board post Terminus is a 1/1 Lieutenant, we win that game. So I think I want to do this now. Field of Ruin. That does not let us deal with any of this. Yeah, 5. We had a lot of live draws there. We had Path, Snapcaster, Terminus, Clique. But oh hum. Alright. I think, yeah, Logic not as well, for sure. I think we cannot have Ancestral Vision in against the Meddling Mage deck. I think this is, like, too bad against Meddling Mage, sadly. Baneslayer and Lyra both seem unreal. Timely seems great. What does Celestial Purge hit? Celestial Purge hits Freebooter Mantis Rider. That might be enough. Those are, like, 2 very good targets. I'm kind of interested in this. Spell Queller could also be fine. Obviously Stony turns off Ethervar, but I think that's a bit too narrow. And oh, we have so much counter magic that's bad though. Yeah, we have 2 main deck negates. Those seem really bad here. These don't seem great either in the matchup. Purge hits Sin Collector. Yeah, it's kind of like a bad exchange because the Sin Collector's already done its job, but it is something. He did make some interesting choices. Yeah, I think I do want a Stony, just because these seem really bad. They seem really bad to me. Like against the Cavern of Souls deck. I guess we can always just kill the Cavern of Souls with Field of Ruin. So maybe it isn't the end of the world. Maybe we can keep him 1 counterspell and not be too embarrassed. Let's try out this. I just don't think I want this against Meddling Mage. I think this is just like lines up too poorly against Meddling Mage, sadly. As we saw that game. This is fine. Sure. You know, unlock our white mana on turn 3. Until then, we've got like an opt and stuff. We've got some stuff to do. Maybe trade a Snapcaster with a champion in combat if need be. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna fire off this opt. Obviously, I could save it to try and hit Terminus later, but I kind of just want to find like coloured mana. Teferi's decent. I think I'm gonna bottom that for now though. Ooh, Search is dreamy. Now we have a play for next turn. And the turn after we can go field into Path. Yeah, I think this is a pretty nice keep. Ninja, I agree. Falia, that's rude. Hallowed Fountain is fine. I think I can just bin it though. Try and flip the Search sooner. Obviously can't path anymore because of the Falia being in play, so just getting my tap land down instead. I have all the 5-color lands this game. We aren't going to be able to strip mine them off of spells this game. Yeah, fielding lands is a lot less appealing with Vial for sure. We still kind of want to get rid of this Cavern at some point because we know they have because we know we still have like Cryptics and stuff in the deck, but there's definitely no rush to do that by any means. Ooh, a 2nd Vial. Exciting. It's really interesting how Field of Ruin gets rid of like a lot of the downside of Path to Exile. Like, the fact that we can, we give them basics, but that means that the Field of Ruin just becomes live as like a strip mine faster. It's kind of cool. I think I just want to bin this again. Like, a land's fine. We kind of want to hit our land drops this Terminus, but I also want to flip this Search, and like once the Search flips it becomes a land. Might be aggressive. But ooh. I think I can swords this, right? I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, plus we still have a land in hand for sure. Just casting this Terminus as a swords to plowshares seems reasonable. Maybe they flash in a Meddling Mage here, but that's fine too. Meddling Mage or Freebooter. Oh god, they get to see the glorious functionality of Modo here. Will they take the right Terminus? Good luck, opponent. I know, right? Yep, it's one of the bigger issues with Modo at the moment. The miracle interaction. Got a hand shuffled. Oh my god. Which one is it? I probably won't play any Advanced Spirits today, but next week I'm likely to play some, because I really enjoyed that deck. That deck was good fun. Oh my god, look at us being great at this game. Oh my god. I think Banned Spirit seems very, very good, based on my experience with it, but I don't know. I'd like to get in some more games with it before I say, like, for sure that it's a very good deck, but my experiences with it were very positive. It felt strong. It felt like it's good against humans. It's like, in the tribal mirrors, your creatures fly and theirs don't, which means, like, you just get to control the races, which is pretty great. Yeah, they should file for comp, 100%. Condemn. We've already got, like, a bunch of removal, right? This is a good card, though. I don't know, I kind of just want to hit my land drop. And, like, flip this a turn sooner. Yeah, I'd rather get a land. I think I agree. We've already got removal, right? It's, like, no real rush for Condemn. Field of Ruin's great. Field of Ruin also fills our yard to help us flip Search, which is nice. I'm just going to pass the turn here. They have Bios up, so, like, casting Jace seems ambitious. They should have activated this in our end step. If they activate the Vial in our end step, they, like, might force us to Path to Exile to play around Meddling Mage. Ooh, yeah, we don't get to tag the Canopy, sadly. Opponent wisely just, like, immediately cracks it. Probably means their hand's pretty flooded and weak. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and... I don't know, I kinda want to path this. I think I want to path this. I'm not, like, in love with it, but keeping the board clear for our Jace sounds good. Guaranteeing search flips next turn also sounds like kinda great. We want a second white source, we can worry about Cryptic mana later. Alright. Clique isn't the worst. I feel like at this point I just only want to draw lands, right? Because I want to be able to activate Search for Azcanta and use Search. Yeah, I agree, Ninja. I think Clique's a fine draw, but we can do better. Yeah, like this land's really nice. It means we can snap Path and activate Azcanta. We could also just slam Jace like really aggressively and hold up Snap, Condemn, and that's probably gonna keep our Jace alive. I think I'd rather do that actually. It's so likely our Jace survives here with us having Snap, Condemn up. Yeah, only doesn't work against another Thalia. But, like, another Thalia doesn't even necessarily kill Jace. So, fire off Brainstorm. I could plus to, like, get it out of range of a potential creature should they, like, push through this, but seems aggressive. Oh, I get to put the Terminus back? That's so messed up. We're just playing Legacy over here. Yeah, Stony's pretty great here. I think I'm going to save the Stony for next turn, though. Next time we get to go to Teferi plus Stony if we want, or Teferi plus Cryptic, either of which is just going to be absurd. Deal. Is this a Mantis Rider? Hey, Kendra. Oh, they were just, baiting. Okay. So I want to wait before doing this because of Mantis Rider. It's, like, the tiniest bit awkward. Because, and they can Meddling Mage, like, the path, but I don't think that's the end of the world for us. Whereas, like, Mantis Rider would actually be, like, the tiniest bit annoying. It's doing pretty well, Kendra. Having a good time. Casting messed up Planeswalkers. How are you doing, Kendra? How's the I guess it isn't really a new job anymore, but how's the job been going for you? Hey, Mason. Good to see you. Sorry about the top 8 going south. Ooh, no attacks. Huh. This means we get to Terminus it. I'm not going to crack this Field of Ruin, because I'm not an idiot. Would like to cast this Terminus, in fact. Job's going great. That makes me so happy to hear, Kendra. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hey, Alex. Hey, Espion. Alright, let's brainstorm. Try and hit an untapped land here, so we can lead with Stony before anything else. Interesting. I think I'm gonna stick the Stony this turn rather than the Teferi. Since we bricked on the land for Teferi plus Cryptic. You need to get my... That's a good point, Mason. I will send you the address. Send me a message on Facebook, and I'll do it after the stream's over, actually. Hey, Julia. I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm just gonna run back. I almost want to bring in the second Stony. Etherval's really annoying. Like, Mana Leak's pretty bad, especially on the draw. I'm gonna bring in the second Stony. This might be aggressive, but I think it's fine. Cards irritating for us. Like, makes our Planeswalkers weaker. Makes their Horizon Canopy stronger. Yeah, I'm doing really well, Kendra. I'm doing really well at the moment. Is there all... Yeah, I think we're in that world, Ninja. I think we're in that world. Oh, if one of these islands was a plains, I think I would keep this. As it is, I think I'm mulliganing, sadly. If one of these islands was a plains, I'd keep this. If one of these planeswalkers was like an opt, I'd keep this. Thanks, Espion. I'll keep that in mind. The sound seems decent. Got an early removal spell. Got some, got a decent late game plan here. I'm gonna bottom this land. I want some more early interaction. Some cantrips or something. Even with planes, it's sketchy on the draw. That's fair. I could see that being the case. Ooh, look at us being smart and boarding in the second Stony Silence. How much better is this than the Mana Leak right now? Just like Cavern of Souls, Ether Vial. I'm just hoping this is the one we boarded out the Mana Leak for. Nice Ether Vial, I know, right? Yeah, I agree, Ninja. I think the first hand was, like, kind of awkward. I think I would still have kept if one of the islands was the plains, but I think the hand was, like, not great even then. That's a 2-1 first strike. Strong magic card. Clearly. Just gonna get down the Stony, find an island for it, because we've got this Cryptic in hand we're trying to build towards. Teferi Daredevil's kind of sweet against Lyra. You just get to, like, copy the path to Exile to get rid of Lyra. It's pretty good. Naked Daredevil is indeed powerful magic. It's a 2-1 first strike, Alex. What more could you want in your modern playable? That's like basically a Thalia. Generous description. Very generous. Oh wow, Militia Bugler whiffed as well? What's happening this game? Jeez. Also, I'm really regretting scrying that land to the bottom. Let me tell you a decision I am regretting right now. How many Black Lotuses has the Stony denied? I really don't want to have to path to Exile stupid 2-1. I guess I'm only taking 2 more damage for the privilege. Once I hit like my extra land, I start Cryptic tapping. I don't know, I feel like I have to save this for like a Meddling Mage or something. Same time, we're a bit of a clock. Struggling on lands, I don't know. Obviously saving path until we have Teferi in play is a bit better too. What do people think? Are we casting this? You like saving the path? I think I like saving it. Pretty sure I like saving it. No, I think it's closer than it looks. Fuck. I guess now we're pathing something. Yeah, now I need to fire it off. Agreed. Agreed. Guess I do it on this. I don't think it really matters. I guess Vendilion Clique can trade with this and not with this. Yeah. Oh, Bugler for Image? That's legit, but Image can copy the Daredevil to path our Lyra. So, like, Image is doing something regardless. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they name path. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I feel like they name path. Most lists have moved away from Supreme Verdict. I guess they could name Terminus. That's kind of legit. Snapcaster Mage. Okay, interesting. Holy shit, that is backbreaking. Jeez. Oh, Gaddock Teague. That was a good draw anyway. You can't attack with the Gaddock Teague ever. That was a very good timely. I'm just gonna... I could jump here to, like, in case I draw Terminus. I think if I draw Terminus, I'm, like, so likely to win, though. But saving points of life here isn't too relevant. Rebooter. Okay. Get to see all our things that are locked under the Teague. Bye, Mason. We can't cast. Oh, we can't cast Terminus. No, you're right. I'm really dumb, Alex. I'm aware how magic cards work. What's my out? I have like paths and stuff in the deck. Can weather our way through this. We have like time as well. Like these soldiers represent a lot of life gain for us. Yeah, if we draw a path, then like these cryptics are suddenly online, and they get to like fog for a couple turns. Like, we're behind at the moment, but I definitely don't think we're in a terrible position. I'm gonna jump here, I think. It means I can't like tackle the Teague in combat. I feel like Thalia's Lieutenant gets pretty rough for us regardless. Yeah, land lets us get Lyra down, which is great. I think I'm interested in jumping here. Maybe this is aggressive. I feel like Thalia's Lieutenant's gonna be pretty impossible for us to beat though, regardless. So I'm not too interested in trying to beat that. I want this, right? Because then a land lets me cast Lyra. Here, casting Lyra is pretty good. Now, like, there are a bunch of things we can keep on the top. Untapped land is great, and path is great. Ooh, aggressive. I like it. I'm going to take down this Meddling Mage here. I'm pretty down with this trade. Means now Snapcaster is a great draw. Yeah, Meddling Tackle is just awesome for us. Another Meddling Mage. No, don't do it. Okay, okay. We survived that ordeal. I'm just gonna fire off this field, fill up our yard for the search for Azcanta. Yeah, the Meddling Mage attack was definitely aggressive, for sure. Guess I just get more islands. I don't think it matters too much. It was pretty good. I'm keeping that one, I think. Can target the Gaddock Teague. Now our hands more functional. Cast these Cryptics soon. Yeah, the Sphere's a nice draw, for sure. Last card is 100% the second Teague. Oh my god. You tagged it. We messed up, Alex. We could have got the 2-for-1. You're right. Incoming second Teague. Oh, come on. Okay. I was like, they're tapping a green mana. Would have been upsetting. No. Yes. It's a miracle, everyone. It is a miracle. Why haven't I not played a deck with Terminus in it sooner? I'm just so lucky. I should have played this sooner. That was that runner you mentioned earlier, yep. Oh my god. Now I get to cast the Teferi. Just like reasonably fair magic card. The Teferi tuck means like anything that hits the board we can easily answer no matter what. Bugler. 3 mana 2-free. How do we beat 3 mana 2-free? You cool rigged. That's pretty rigged. Did they reveal a Bugler to their Bugler? Opponent's going off. Opponent is going off. Revealed a Sing Collect. Jesus Christ. Alright, they're trying their hardest over there. Trying their hardest. So I can take a Jace, try and hit the untapped land for Cryptic. Alright, plus Teferi. It's pretty good too. Do I just want a Verdict now? Do I go for the greed line? Kinda some risks involved. There's like no risks involved in just casting this Verdict, right? Click buttons at random. Click buttons at random is a good strat. I'm a fan of that strat. Yeah, I get to leave up Snap Path too, which is nice. Sure. We all get 2/1s. And if they cast any other creature, I get to Snap Path it. So like they're forced to not cast anything, but then they still get to Snap Path anyway. Never mind. Change of plans. I guess I get to Teferi tuck the Meddling Mage if they name anything I actually care about, which is pretty gross. Cryptic is the only thing they could take. Instant or sorcery. Enjoying watching humans get goozled. That's all I've seen humans do. I am not convinced humans is actually very good. Fine. I guess. It's like almost not worth it. We have a blocker for their creature. It's almost not even worth it. Let's cast this Jace. You would declare victory. I would too. Might take a couple more turns to actually get to that point, but I guess the moment we ult Teferi, we just start Jace brainstorming. Just like double Rain of Salt every turn. Herp derp 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 derp. Herp derp derp. Oh yeah, you can get rid of cards from Jace Brainstorms of Azcanta. It's pretty great. Take up Teferi first, that's fair. I'm kind of doing actions at random at this point, so I don't think it really matters what I do. In general, your sequencing is better, for sure. Alright, 1-0. Crushed the Human's Menace. Easy. Onwards. The Ancestral Visions feel really bad against humans. This card just feels really bad against Meddling Mage. Just kind of awkward. It's definitely like a pretty big downside to playing Visions, I think. Yeah, for sure, Ninja. I agree. Oh my god, George. It's kind of great. What matchups do I think are bad for blue-white? Honestly not too sure. I think supposedly the Tron matchup is a lot closer than you would assume it would be, based on what I've heard. And based on my experiences as a Tron player, it's felt that way too. Honestly. I could see this type being awkward against Storm. You're like kind of clunky. Top heavy against Storm. How's the Storm matchup? Quite. KCI Game 1, yeah, I could see that being the case too, Ninja. You get a lot of hate cards post-board, but Game 1 seems really rough. Similar sort of reasons, your deck's just really top-heavy and clunky. So, I assumed Burn would be a bad matchup, but apparently Blue-White Control destroyed Burn at the GP, based on, like, the very limited stats we have, so I have no idea what the situation actually is. Ad Nauseum's nearly unwinnable. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I've heard from Ad Nauseum players anyway. I've heard it's good against Hollow 1. I've heard good things about its Hollow 1 matchup. We just draw step cliquing. If they have lots of action, it's kind of scary. But obviously, if they just slam Jace, actually, we have Clique to kill Jace. Yeah, we can just wait. We can just wait here. Yeah, end step Clique. I agree. I agree with end step Clique. If they Cryptic it, and like, we're getting a Cryptic to trade for something that just like trades with all their burn spells, which is probably a decent exchange for us. This is really aggressive. What happens if we untap and play Jace? Like, I guess they just bolt Jace. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they have a Teferi as well to answer our Jace. I guess this isn't that aggressive. It's probably fine. Oh. This is rough. Feels like we got nothing going on. I probably just have to pass the turn. If they play a Teferi, I literally lose the game, although... Ugh. If they play a Teferi, I literally lose the game. I just have to do this. Cool. Yeah, for sure, George. The aggressive Cryptic makes a lot more sense if they have Teferi. I agree completely. Alright, so I'm gonna trade with the bolts, which is fine. Judge, my opponent has Yu-Gi-Oh cards in that deck. Yeah, you're not wrong. Cryptic Command. I do like a Cryptic Command. That's probably meant to play Flooded Strand there. Go find my Hallowed Fountain. Probably not too relevant, but... Huh. Sure. And take a peek. So, did you not know they're playing Peak now in Jeskai, George? Nikovic? Whatever his name is. He was playing Peaks in his Jeskai list. He had 2 copies of Peak. I think he top 8'd or top 16 or something. The SCG thing. Lost in the semis. Okay, that sounds about right. How do you have space for Peak? I don't think he played Serum Visions. I'm not 100% on that. But I don't think he played Serum Visions. Which would be how you make room for Peak, apparently. Yeah, this is the person who had free Settle the Wreckage. Well, that's not a beautiful Magic card. They have a Cryptic up too. Jesus Christ. This is so bad for us. I mean, they clearly have Cryptic up, but we also have to do this. We can't just, like, not counter the search for Azcanta. Fuck. Yeah. That's really good. We need a Field of Ruin, like, next turn. I guess we get to Cryptic bounce this, but that only buys us a turn. It's not great. Hey, look, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. I guess we hide this in hand and let them flip the search. It's quite rigged. It's quite rigged. find out if her opponent is on the Nimble Obstructionist tech. That's this Field of Ruin. Peek over Opt is also aggressive, yes, agree. So I let this resolve before fielding. Because then I put I put lands back into the deck essentially. Yeah. I let this resolve first. Secure the Wastes. That's a good one. That's an old one. People haven't seen this in like a couple months. Yeah, I guess a couple months isn't like that aged, but feels like a while. We've got this Supreme Verdict for it, but they also have burn spells on their deck, so even just Secure as like a 6-point burn spell is pretty good. It's kind of scary. Oh my god, stop casting that freaking card. Sorry, I really dislike playing against Search for Azcanta. I think this card is like pretty badly designed, but nice. Snackback Cryptic. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I must admit, that's the one thing. Does this list only have the one Search for Azcanta? I know some of the lists I'm trying out today only had one copy of Search, and I find that really strange. I feel like it's like you should play 2 Searches minimum. Search is just absurd. This doesn't matter, right? Not like at all. We've got Ancestral Vision on suspend. I don't think the Snapcaster is really how we're winning this game against a hand of bolts. The French. Why don't they rate Search that highly, George? I don't understand that. I think Search for Azcanta is just like one of the dumbest cards they've printed in a long time. It's like completely unreasonable. Teferi. Kind of want to hold up Snap. Oh, we don't have a Cryptic in the yard anymore. Fuck. Huh. That's worrying. I still don't think I want to Teferi here though. They have like Secure the Wastes in hand. Just gonna pass the turn. Like this way we can yeah. It's basically a big burn spell, right? And with them having 6 points of burn in hand, they could just burn us out this game, like very reasonably. It's kind of scary. Just gonna fire up this Colonnade on blocks. Yeah, I feel like we're getting burnt out this game too. I agree, Alex. Don't think I'm casting the Snapcaster to save a life. I think I'm just going to 10. Accepting I'm in like very risky territory for the rest of the game. I do have to put a clock on at some point, agreed. It's kind of awkward. Problem is, if this gets pathed, then we can't path their colonnades. We can't do this turn. We have to wait a turn. I don't know if I can Teferi here. Probably can. is probably fine. It means we don't have snap path up is like my concern. But if the snap's hitting a cryptic here, then it's not hitting an electrolyze. So it probably breaks even on life overall. Oh, they can bounce the Colonnade. Fuck. No, they should have bounced this. Then we can't path their Colonnade. Opponent kind of messed up there. I think they're still going to win anyway. If they bounce... We messed up too. We should have just like left open a plains. We messed up just as much. By leaving a land we couldn't replay as the untapped one. The Spirits deck was nice. We went 9-1 with it. It felt really good. It felt very good against humans. It felt like it wins the tribal mirrors pretty convincingly. So we want to do this pre-combat in case they have Cryptic. Because then they can't attack. Fuck. Yeah, we're dead. We have a Bolt in hand. Got like massively punished for trying to play the Teferi. Sadly. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Like, we were pretty far behind, but this is the worst matchup. I could see that being the case. They just like burn you out fairly convincingly, right? It's kind of awkward. So Terminus is bad. We know that much. We have to be able to clear Secure the Wastes, but we can try and counter Secure the Wastes instead. I think I'd rather just try and be able to counter Secure the Wastes than like have any of this stuff in my deck. And then we can trim on some removal. Do something like this. We do have to be able to. We have to remove the Snapcasters a lot more aggressively than we'd remove the ones from like in the blue-white mirrors, because they have burn spells to back up the Snapcasters. It makes like the Ambush Viper beat scarier. But I also kind of want this timely. I don't know what would be over. I think we bring in the Baneslayers. I think the Baneslayers are pretty decent here. They're like kind of hard to resolve through cryptics and stuff, but if you ever resolve one, it seems pretty good. I think I want this timely. I don't know if the timely is just better than the paths. We have Field of Ruins for like colonnades. So we maybe don't need all 3 remaining paths. Unsure. Mana Leak goes dead as the game goes long, I guess. Yeah, maybe we just take out the Mana Leak. It's like nice in the setup turns. But it definitely goes dead as the game continues. You like Verdict as a hedge for possible Geist. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't consider Geist. Do the decks even play Geist anymore? I haven't kept that up to date on that. That's something I should already know. I think I'm going to run it like this, but maybe actually Spell Queller is probably bad, right? They have a bunch of bolts and stuff. Spell Queller seems pretty bad. I'll keep in Verdict then, over the Spell Queller. You'd like to going full instant speed. That's legit. Like 5 mana sorcery speed spells definitely seem a bit awkward. No, they feel like intuitively they feel like a necessary evil because of all the bolts and stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess, oh no, I don't even have double blue for vision anyway, so I should just do this. Yeah, for sure. Like, if they did have a Geist this game, we'd probably just lose to it. I guess Timely would, like, maybe buy us some time, but... Oh my god, this stupid card. Why is this list only playing one search for Azcanta? This card is messed up. I don't think I want this path. I've already got this Timely to, like, block the ground creatures, and, like, we can get rid of the Colonnade as things stand. Yeah, we can just... If we field the Colonnade, we still have Ghost Quarter for the search. Yeah, just play field and pass. If they bolt your Queller, it's like inefficiently countering the bolt. Okay. And like you still get to like mess up the stack and stuff, potentially, if they don't have the bolt open. Kinda makes sense. Floating a mana? What are they floating the mana for? Let's just find an island here. Okay. We have the Ghost Quarter for the Azcanta, so we can answer that nonsense. It's really awkward. We lean on like all these planeswalkers, whereas they can just like kill at instant speed with Snapcasters and bolts. We can just like never resolve a win condition easily. Yeah, quelling counterspells messes up the timing. That makes complete sense. I should look at Nikolich's sideboard guide and see how he boards against blue-white, because that would probably inform how I should be boarding by quite a bit. Okay, I think I'm just going to go for the Jace plus Dispel here. I could get punished, but could also like let me pull ahead a bit, you know? If they go for a Cryptic here, it's just like pretty nice for us. It's not like we even have a counterspell in hand for a Planeswalker anyway if they were to get aggressive. Alright, do we counter this or do we wait for Teferi next turn? I think I can wait for Teferi next turn. That way I can, like, tackle one of their planeswalkers with the Teferi, potentially. Alright, well, let's try again. See if this works. Yeah. Snap, Disdainful Stroke. Okay, well we can dispel that. Obviously the Snapcaster is going to keep Teferi in check at least a little bit. But I'm fairly sure I want to fire off this Dispel. Try and get something going over here. Oh my god, they have a Dispel too. This is so frustrating. I guess we can go Sculptor the Azcanta at least, and then they don't have that much going on. Obviously this is pretty awkward. If they have a Cryptic in hand, they can bounce the Azcanta, but then we can Desphere it, so it's probably fine. Let us resolve a timely for 3/1/1s. Yeah, this game's been a bit awkward, for sure. I don't know, I think I like how aggressively we've been playing it. I think playing it this aggressively made sense of how our hand looked, but it's obviously not entirely paid off so far. They found another search for Azcanta off the search. We do have a D-Sphere for it, but decent chance the D-Sphere doesn't resolve. I wonder if, from the Jeskai side, you're just meant to aggressively shock yourself with your lands. Since I can't burn out Jeskai, but I play timely reinforcements, and they can burn out me, it probably makes sense that they should just, like, whenever they can put a shock land in play, they put a shock land in play. Like, whenever it can come in untapped, they make it untapped. Because, like, being on 8 life just doesn't really matter. Right, we really want to draw a counter next turn to back up this D-Sphere, so that Azcanta can't take over the game. Interesting. Vendilion Clique. Yeah, I guess we're losing this D-Sphere. Hey there, Hobart. Like, kind of, Alex? I don't know, I feel like it's pretty tough to go all in on Colonnade with any great speed. When you're, like, trying to hold up interaction and stuff as well. Obviously we just have to D-Sphere here. I'm really surprised they took the Jace. I don't think the Jace does anything on this board. It just gets murdered by their critters. Huh. So we need to draw Field of Ruin next turn to keep playing this game. We are getting Jeskai. Currently losing to the worst deck in the format. Feels bad. Yeah, we can't win from here. They got Azcanta active. I guess I can block with Colonnade. I guess I'll keep playing for like one turn, but this is game 2. Ooh, thank you, Chris. That's amazing. Takes up Settles, Verdict, Path, 3 Helix, 1 Bolt. Brings in Dispels, Negates, Clique. Brings in Baneslayer and Lyra. Huh, that is good to know about. I would not have thought they'd have brought them in. Yeah, Verdict's very good in this spot for sure. That's really helpful to know, Chris. Thanks for adding that to the chat. Alright, I mean, if they don't have a path here, maybe we can do something. Okay. So essentially they have like 3 bolts left in their deck post board, right? So they have a lot less burn. They, like, can't really burn you out post-board. If people are boarding like that. It's interesting. Alright, on to the next one. Hopefully won't face Jeskai. I wonder if that's part of the reason why we've like never seen blue-white control have much success on the SCG tour. Is because there's just like so much Jeskai over there. Whereas like on the Grand Prix circuit and stuff, Jeskai is like a bit less represented. Yeah, that could make sense, Matthew, so only just occurred to me that it could be the case. Alright, this hand seems very deadly. I like it. Daniela's on the Astral Cornucopia deck, as far as I'm aware, so this is going to be fun. Streamer Showdown, I know, right? Hype. It's possible she's changed decks, but she was on the Cornucopia deck last time I looked, so. Suspend some visions. How does blue-white ever beat any non-graveyard combo deck? Being incredibly lucky. Oh, this could also... Are we facing blue? Oh my god. We might be facing blue. Kiln Fiend's incoming. Yeah, this is great. I am happy. This is a card, I guess. Yikes indeed. Yikes indeed. Okay. Just pass the turn here, I think. I could Clique, I guess, to try and keep myself safe. Holding open mana is somewhat threatening though. We could just be cliquing ourselves. It's definitely possible. The info is kind of nice in this matchup, I feel like, but cycling a vision sounds good. Dig for something to do. I think I just want to clique this vision. Just like dig for my land drops here. Obviously seeing Daniela's hand would be really good, but awesome. Land drop is great. Now we have Cryptic up. We have Ancestral next turn. We get to attack here because like anytime this attacks it's gonna return the Clique anyway. So I can actually start pressuring, which is pretty nice. Vendilion Clique's so good, jeez. I really like the main deck Cliques in this list. I think those are like very, very strong. Yeah, the untap draw 4 cards is great, for sure. I've always loved that. Being in the ice is your favorite board wipe in Magic. It's pretty delightful. Kiln Fiend. Huh? I kind of want to go counter bounce. Is that crazy? Counter this, bounce the thing. Just like reset the counters on the thing. And then if she taps out for Thing in the Ice, we've got Teferi coming down, potentially. Ooh, another Kiln Fiend. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, it's good since Ancestral, so we don't mind only 1-for-1ing there. Holy cow. Got Teferi as well. This is great. So I can go to Teferi plus here to get Teferi out of bolt range and then just Path end of turn. Before she can untap with Dive Down, up. If she'd had Disrupting Shoal there, we could have died, but she did not. I don't know if she's even playing Disrupting Shoal at the moment, but I know she has in the past. Enigma Drake, exciting. Just fire this off. Absolutely keep the path. Hey there, David. Thanks for that sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for the continued support. Everyone put some hearts in chat for David's returning subscription. Wow, we have so many cards right now. This is kind of stupid. Is that an Enigma Drake? It is an Enigma Drake. Enigma Drake's actually pretty great in the blue-red deck. I was impressed by it. It's just like lets you be more threat dense. It's good against the like attrition decks because like you can use up all your spells on these creatures to try and make them good, and then like these get killed, but you have a threat that you don't need to have the spells in hand to have be good in like the aftermath, and it still just like kills fairly easily with Battle Rage a lot of the time. Admittedly, this is like something I only know because I know Daniela, but I've not seen Pierce in her main deck before. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Daniela doesn't play Pierce. Alright, what are we doing? We want Dispels, 100%. Yes, we probably want the Celestial Purge. Want this Negate. Maybe we want some amount of this stuff. They can kind of go over the top of this stuff, but it's probably good. What's bad? Like, most of our deck seems amazing here. Honestly. Can trim a Vision. Obviously Vision was great that game, but it seems kind of slow against the good draws. Maybe even just trim all the Visions on the draw, to be honest. You put the Queller and Baneslayers in. Yeah, I'm thinking of heading that way. I'm just trying to see how I make room for them. Cryptic's honestly a bit expensive. We can't cut like too much card advantage, but on the draw I think trimming a Cryptic is fine. I think Mana Leak's nice just as early interaction to get us through the opening turns. I guess on the combo turns, she taps pretty low too. Maybe the Mana Leak's just fine to have in the deck. Clique is good. I guess their body isn't that relevant, huh? The body on Clique is just like kind of bad in the matchup. But like seeing the hand is decent. You like shaving some Jace because Jace is bad against Bolt. I could see that being the case. And like we're bringing in Wincons, right? So cutting a Wincon is fine. I think I want Search because it's like a cheap Wincon we can like play it and hold up interaction in the same turn. But I'm inclined to trim some Clique, I think. I don't think Timely is necessarily that good. I think Timely's probably bad. I think Timely's probably too small ball for this matchup. I'm definitely cutting Clique. I don't know if the Clique's being cut for which, like, the Clique is being cut for one of these 3 cards. I think all of... Oh, I did not submit my deck because I suck. Oh. Okay, it's the post-board deck. Thank fuck. Jeez. Oh my god, I was terrified. Apparently so, Mafioso. Apparently so. Gosh. Gosh, I say. I'm just gonna shock myself. My life total wasn't actually too important in this matchup. I just have to stop, like, the big combo turns. Already perfect to just run it back. Alright. I'm just gonna opt on end step. I'll need to find land drops. Obviously I could save this for hitting Terminus later in the game, but I think hitting our lands is too important. Finding coloured mana, etc. This hand is really good. Like, so much removal. The Dispel's really nice too. Force through the removal. She casts Thing in the Ice. I think I'm just gonna let her have it. She has to invest a bunch of resources to actually flip the thing. And we have the Dispel to protect her removal spell. If we draw a white source, then we have double removal up anyway as well. Play out this Field of Ruin. And then if she doesn't do anything we care about, we can go fetch a Plains on end step to fix our mana a bit here. It's like another argument for having more than one Search for Azcanta. Search for Azcanta is just like I feel like Search for Azcanta is your best win con in this sort of matchup, because you can't ever tap out very easily for a Planeswalker. But being able to go like 4 or 5 mana, cast Search, and have like 1 or 2 pieces of cheap interaction open is very reasonable in comparison. Like, I imagine it's the same against the combo decks. Against the combo decks, you like get to hold up a Negate and a Dispel whilst casting your Search on turn 5. Which is something you'd like. I guess you can do with Teferi, you can't really do with Jace. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch a Plains. Need a second white source over here. Flipping the Thing, perhaps. Getting a bit closer. Okay, just gonna keep letting the Thing tip down. tick down. Also cast this Terminus, apparently. Easy life. Easy life. Yeah, Search for Azcanta is just like... I think the most absurd card that's been printed in like the last year, maybe. I think it's pretty unreasonable. I guess Teferi is. Search is like close second, though. A Rayo. Holy cow. Woo! Exciting. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is Greg's list. Lowry. Let's try and get this thing out of here. Okay. Resolves. So we need to land so we can Dispel that. Alright. Alright. Maybe I got a bit aggressive. Maybe I could have done this in my turn. Play around at flipping. I was thinking, like, if I hit the 5th land, I wanted to be able to slam Teferi. Though. First spell each turn. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. We're still in a great position. Fucking hell. No, never mind. We're dead. Shit. Yeah, I think I played this game badly. I think I was meant to untap and cast Path. Because, like, it was pretty hard to lose from our position as long as we ensured that Arayo didn't flip. Doesn't really make any difference. Like, Arayo would still have flipped and we'd have still gone for the D-Sphere and it would still have got countered, but... How do we ever win this game? I guess it involves trying to bounce this at some point. Alright, involves trying to bounce the Rayo. Resolving Teferi is a big ask right now, but I guess that works too. Oh my god, we only have 3 blue sources. Jeez. No, this is so bad. We need another blue source. Fuck. Yeah. We are getting bodied by the sideboard plan. Sideboard plan is legit, apparently. Thanks for the resub, Bill. 13 months. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Everyone spread some hearts in chat for Phil returning for a 13th month. Thanks, Phil. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you around. Hope life's going okay. So we need a blue source this turn, basically. Not quite. Not quite. Oh, yes! She can attack with the Kiln Fiend. That's an out, right? No, you're right, Ty. For sure, she can attack with the Kiln Fiend, and that gives us a chance. Potentially. Downside, yeah, like, we could just be dead. For sure. But... Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. You were playing Reanimator, right? How did you do with it? exciting. This is not great for us, I guess. So we have two options here. We can like Condemn, get it countered, cast Snap on Path. Or we can Condemn and try and Cryptic. We could be really aggressive here and go Condemn, Cryptic, bounce counter, and hope there isn't a second Battle Rage. I don't think we can win this game if we're not getting the Arayo off board this turn. Or I think it's really hard to. Yeah, the Shadow matchup seems really rough, Phil, for sure. But Reanimate is very strong, other than its Shadow matchup. So the thing is, if we Condemn this, and she casts any other spell, we have to kill the Kiln Fiend. Whereas if we Condemn this, So here's the problem. If we Condemn the Kiln Fiend, and then go Snap, and then she casts any other spell, the Kiln Fiend is then 14 damage, which forces us to spend the turn getting rid of the Kiln Fiend. The alternative is we can Condemn, get it countered, Cryptic, bounce this, counter this, and just hope she doesn't have another Battle Rage. If we Condemn, Snap, Path. No, we'd have to Path the Kiln Fiend. Alex. Loses Dispel. We're losing Dispel anyway. Dispel doesn't matter. There's definitely Dispel in her hand. We can't beat Dispel, so that's irrelevant. I guess we can beat Dispel. We can go Snap. No, we can. Yeah, Opt, then Condemn. Yeah. No, yeah, that's really good. Okay. We found the line. I shouldn't have done this yet. I should have let some stuff resolve. Alright, just let this resolve. No, this is good. This is good. I have to get rid of the Chandra at some point too. This is not an easy game. I obviously wasn't just meant to fire this off. I got excited about, like, having a line that seemed functional. That was really bad. It was really bad. Yeah, I might have just thrown this game by firing off that Opt so aggressively. I just got really happy that thought I'd figured it out. It's fine. Take 8 and Condemn post damage. What does that achieve? She's already past priority, so she's not going to cast anything else, right? Sucks. God damn. This Arayo is unreal against us. Wasn't it better just to Opt here? Maybe, instead of going for the guaranteed land, that way we don't run into Bolt. That's fair. You might be right. Opt is safer, yeah, you're right. for sure. Kiln Fiend. This is rough. Yep. It's a Kiln Fiend. Uh-huh. I think I've played this game about as badly as I possibly could have. The spell is quite bad right now, for sure. The spell is not the best against Kiln Fiend. Oh my god, if we had another blue source, we could dispel this opt, and then be able to, like, Cryptic tap bounce. Yeah. They don't tend to have that many protection spells. Like a couple Disrupting Shoal, a couple Dispel. They aren't as heavy on protection spells as Infect is by any means. I'm reasonably sure we could have won this game. I made a few different mistakes. Like, it's hard to know how much they'd have changed things, but it feels like they would have changed things quite a bit. Planeswalkers are sick, jeez. I guess we're bringing the Vendilion Clique back in. We can't beat this. Alright. Interesting. How do we want to change things? Cliques pressure Planeswalkers, but I definitely want this third Cryptic back in. If she's just playing like a bunch of 4-mana Planeswalkers. These seem so good, based on what we've seen. Saw that game. I almost want to take out a Terminus. Was that crazy? Like, she's never sticking more than one creature on the board at once. And these are, like, kind of conditional on when you can cast them. They're sorcery speed, too. I'm actually not in love with these Terminus in the matchup. Maybe we could even cut a second one. Like, they're fine, but it seems fine to cut one. Yeah. I think so. Vendilion Clique's really bad against Chandra Pyromaster. Pretty bad against Enigma Drake, too. I think I don't want them. You could see Timely. I don't think I want Timely. I feel like the Kiln Fiend turns go over the top of Timely is the problem. I'm gonna try this. I almost want to cut a second Terminus. I'm like really unsure about that, but I'll just play I'll play the free for this game and see how it feels. Alright, I would like to play first. I'd like to mulligan. This is fine, right? Yeah, I'll keep. And I'll bottom, although we're probably shuffling anyway, so it's not too relevant. The Celestial Purge, I'm not like super concerned about Blood Moon. I guess I could have just got an island though. I've got all these white sources already anyway. I could probably have just got an island there. It's probably greedy to get the Hallowed Fountain instead. This is fine. To tag the steam vents end of turn. Having a negate in hand is really nice. Makes the planeswalkers less scary. Can't currently answer an Arayo in any way, shape or form. Which is a problem. Exciting. She has a Disrupting Shoal, we could lose the game here. God, I wish I just got an island, then I could fetch a plains and have Purge of Negate back up on my turn. Not getting an island was pretty bad, I think. Just like super greedy. I guess I could draw an island possibly later, that's true. I guess I have to go for the Purge, right? Because using the field to get a plains just gives her access to Dispel anyway. Alright. Please don't have Disrupting Shoal. Nice. Clinging in as best we can. Now we can get a plains, and we have island plains. Oh, you're right, Orange Scissors. You're right. We can like untap and see our draw step before doing that for sure. I think you're correct about that. Let's find our plains here. I'm reasonably safe behind my Condemn, plus Celestial Purge, plus Negate. Just gonna take one. I don't really care. I could Condemn this in post-combat, but I think I'd just rather, like, not do anything. Ooh, now Jace. Jace inclines me to try and do something next turn. Now I found a Jace, I can, like, get more aggressive with my removal next turn. I think. Because then I can try and resolve a Jace. I think the plan here is to just take the hit off the Kiln Fiend. Snap, Purge, and end step. Okay, a land would have been a really good draw there. Because as it is, I'm going to have to Jace 0, and then my Jace is kind of exposed. Could just hold open Cryptic plus Negates. No, I don't even have Cryptic plus Negate mana without Ghost Quartering myself anyway. Alright, let's just do this then. We've seen multiple bolts in her deck post-board. There's like an argument for plussing Jace. But I think if Jace like gets us a brainstorm and trades with a bolt, I'm fine with that. It's interesting. So, like, the upside of zeroing Jace is we can potentially have Condemn plus Negate up, so that we can interact with this thing in the ice. Whereas, plussing gives us, like, a better chance of keeping our Jace on board, provided the thing doesn't flip. I think I'm gonna zero. I know this is, like, kind of greedy. I think it's fine, though. I think I'm okay with this Jace just trading for a bolt and getting us a brainstorm. I think that's, like, pretty good for us. Or good enough. Oh, I do have Cryptic plus Negate. No, you're right. I'm being stupid. Excuse me. What do I do here? I'm playing the Field of Ruin for turn, so I have Condemn plus Negate. I guess I'm planning on shuffling away the Mana Leak with the Field of Ruin before I draw it, since the Mana Leak's quite bad. Okay. Alright. So long as he doesn't have a Planeswalker with counter backup, I think we're in a pretty good spot. We still don't have any way to interact with an Arayo. Arayo would still just, like, be a nightmare, but fucking hell. Alright. Scary. We know she has a Kiln Fiend in hand, right? As one of her spells. Oh no, we exiled the Kiln Fiend, so we don't know any of her hand. Okay, good. Have a nice day, Larry. Talk to you later. I think we just passed the turn here. Now if she ever tries to flip thing in the ice, it bounces Arayo. So we can kind of chill until we can figure out a way to deal with the Arayo. Another thing doesn't do anything. I doubt Arayo is entering. Whoa, what? What is this? This is a 1/1, right? It is. Oh, we have 3 Terminus in our deck, Phil. I took out 1. I was tempted to take out 2. This is... Oh! This is flying? This is flying, okay. I know what magic cards do. I didn't know this had flying, I thought it was just a 1/1. Excuse me. Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna be super not aggressive. If she doesn't try and flip the Arayo, I'm not trying to interact with it. Because I've got Cryptic up to bounce the Arayo if need be. Oh, it gives it hexproof? Jeez. This is going to use her whole hand though if she flips this, and then we just bounce it next turn. I guess we don't get to bounce it because we don't know that we have a spell on top. And she's going to have 2 flipped thing in the ice. No, it's returning Snapcaster. Snapcaster is returning to our hand. Okay. Yeah. So Snapcaster is going to return to our hand here. Cool, this is fine. We just let this resolve. We just, like, sit still and make her do stuff. This is kind of nice, having this, the fact that Snapcaster gets bounced to our hand. As like a spell that we can just jam into a riot. Alright. Look at us being patient. We're so patient. Aren't we just the most patient? Yeah, this is kind of wild, Phil. She was just trying to make us interact, because if we interact, we like this flips and we lose to it. Luckily, like, we didn't take the bait at any point. I'm cracking this because we had a mana leak on top, which I think is pretty bad at this point in the game. Kind of want to draw anything else. Hey, rest in pieces. We do have to deal with these things. I guess, if Snapcaster bounces, that's a second Condemn. What would I play in the RPTQ this weekend? I'm probably playing blue-black midrange. I think it's one of the best decks. I don't think it's, like, necessarily the best deck, but I think it's very, very good. I think it's, like, tier 1. I really enjoy playing it. I think it generates interesting and fun games. I think it gives you a lot of control over the outcome of your games, which is nice. Like, you get to make a lot of meaningful decisions. You've been having a lot of success with blue-white, you mean in Standard? What's the record? We're currently 1-1, though this game's looking good for us. So this is going to bounce Snapcaster, right? Which is great. Yeah, I've heard blue-white's quite good in Standard. Blue-white's really good against blue-black midrange. It's like one of the decks I least like to face. I find that matchup fairly challenging. I'm just gonna negate this. So then I still have Cryptic Tap up, I have double Condemn up. There's an Arayo. That's legit, Kyle. I want to counter this. I kind of want to counter tap, I feel like. She can't cast a Planeswalker this turn. I kind of want to make sure the Arayo doesn't hit the board. This is pretty good. Keeps my life total high. Yeah, I'm playing against Daniela. It's pretty great. Been an interesting match. Would I consider blue-black more meta-cool as it's good against blue-white decks and red-black specifically, or do you? I think it's just generally really good. I think it's like a slight favourite against a large number of decks. The downside to playing it, you can never beat Mono Blue Storm. You're like 20% against that deck. It's horrendous. And people can prepare for you. I think the blue-white matchup is not great. I think that's like a lot harder than the Esper matchup. Like, I think you're a slight favourite against Esper, whereas blue-white is kind of tough. Oh, I guess you're having some life. Now we still have counter spells up for Planeswalker. This way. Did not find a basic, huh? I'm just gonna jam the Spell Queller. Can keep having Snap Cryptic up this way, which is kind of nice. She went top bottom. Okay. I do have to win in time, I guess. I guess that's the thing I technically have to do. Oh, start F2ing very rapidly. I'm going to be really aggressive here, because I'm kind of low on time. Get another body in play, still have Cryptic up. Obviously that was kind of a spew, but don't have much time. Would never have done that in like paper, but here we are. Good old Red Clock, how you been, missed? I know, right? We're back home. Back in the red zone, where we belong. Alright. 2-1. Solid. I'm gonna go get some more tea a second. Be back in a couple minutes. Aren't I supposed to ruin after they draw? No, we knew she had no basics left in her deck, so it didn't matter when we do it. Alright. On to the next one. 6 out of 10 Muse score. Hey, that's an improvement. I'll have it on record that that's an improvement. See you later, Phil. Have a good day. Close to a 5 out of 10. I'll still take it. I still think 5 out of 10 is an improvement as well, to be honest. Alright. Doing pretty well. Ooh. I believe in our ability to opt into land drops. I don't know if this is a keep, but don't exactly like mulliganing. Well, we're dead. Yeah. Well, this is what it feels like to be on the other side. This is what I've been doing to people with Tron all this time. Suddenly I feel something resembling guilt. Oh my god. Please don't have Tron land. Forest enters the revealed card zone. Good. Good. Tron intensifies. No! Alright, alright. Bottom. It's gonna be really awkward when we don't hit our second land drop after seeing a million cards. Good. It's fine, they're only gonna cast a Worm Coil this turn. Or that. Okay. Next turn things get fun. Fun for all the family. I would like to draw land next turn. Yep. Appropriately punished for keeping a 1-lander with 2 cantrips. What am I discarding? I guess the Terminus. Have I considered drawing lands? A strong strategy. We've only seen 7 cards since our opening hand. It's entirely reasonable that we'd have only drawn 1 land in that time being. Stream shouldn't be down. I'm dropping 0 frames even, which is kind of unusual. Sometimes I can have problems with that. Incoming Worldbreaker. Ooh, incoming Worm Coil. Deal. I will accept an incoming Worm Coil. Alright. Get rid of your Worm Coil. Obviously would love to condemn the Worm Coil instead. Don't even know that we have a land net coming next turn, so push them ever closer to the wipe all your permanents Ulamog. Why is their relic untapped? Could not tell you. I'll get rid of this Terminus, unsurprisingly. Trying to tap a relic as soon as humanly possible is my favourite thing to do. Literal moment a spell or a fetch land goes in the yard, tap your relic. Make it clear to your opponent that you intend to tap the relic immediately, every time. Interesting. I guess I get rid of the opt. I'm never going to be able to, like, snap opt, right? I guess I'm never going to be able to snap path either. They have a million mana. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It probably doesn't matter. It probably doesn't matter. Con liberated. Alright. Somehow we are being spared. Somehow we're, like, still alive. I'm not really sure how. Khan negated, indeed. Oblivion Stone, deal. I don't really know how we're still in this game at the moment, but hey, I'll take it. Just, like, draw both of our negates, obviously. I guess I get rid of this negate. If they do nothing, I'm gonna, like, run out the Snapcaster just to get the relic off the board. Which means I want the opt in the yard. Pawn number 2. Alright. Expedition map. How are we in this game? If we hit a land, we get to Jace, like... Even if we don't, we get to D-sphere this O-Stone? This is absurd. I will not reveal my Terminus that you totally now know I have in hand. Alright, let's hit that O-Stone so that a Jace can stick on board. And just hope to fade for the next, like, 5 draw steps. What guild am I planning to pick for the pre-release? I'm not sure. Can't honestly remember which ones are even in this set. I know Simic isn't, which is what really matters. Simic is everything. Simic is all I care about. I guess they get to crack the Sanctum. Yeah, I can probably concede here, right? They're cracking the Sanctum. Would y'all be upset if I conceded this? Like, I think it's a reasonable concession. Alright, alright. The guild split has been made public. I cannot remember what it is, though. I know Selesnya and Boros are in this one, but beyond that, can't remember the others. Alright, we have some tools. A few cards. Dimir, Izzet, Golgari, Selesnya, Gruul. Oh, they have Izzet and Gruul. I like those. I like Dimir a lot as well. So this stuff can come in. I guess we take out this stuff. Wow, this nice clean sideboarding over here. Boros, strictly inferior to Gruul. Mana Leak's not the best, but it's pretty good in the early turns. It's pretty good if you can, like, field them. I don't know if I want the Spell Queller. How do we feel about Spell Queller? We've got, like, some loose ones in the deck still. Mana Leak's not amazing, but it's probably fine. D-Sphere's, like, a bit risky too. I'm honestly not in love with D-Sphere because they bring in Nature's Claim for Stony Better than Condemn? Yeah, that's true. It's probably better than Condemn. I don't feel like it does very much, but it's probably fine. You like keeping in some Terminus because of Fragtusk and Fortnite? That's legit. I hadn't considered that. Terminus, like, cleans up Fortnite Seers fairly well. Ooh, sounds nice. Game plan is make sure they don't Tron us, yes. Because we cannot beat an Ulamog in a million years. Sounds kind of ludicrous, honestly. Stony on 2. Then we can get to, like, hold up Negate for Nature's Claim after that turn. And Field of Ruin them off Tron if they have natural Tron. So, shuffle up for game 3. God, I regret, like, the 2 months where I just didn't drink, like, hardly any tea. This is great. That is a thing that gets Stony Silenced. Good life decision, Morok. To be fair, it's not terribly British tea. It's cinnamon tea, but it's quite nice. Alright, no forest, please. So I now have to Field of Ruin them, I guess? Which means they can then Nature's Claim the Stony. Gross. We haven't played a forest, so we know they don't... I almost want to do this. Now, if I do it upkeep, I still can't hold up in the gate for a Nature's Claim anyway, right? So I might as well do it draw step. That makes sense. Alright. Hey there, Jaken. Kinda sucks not having Negate open to protect this, but I'm fairly certain we just, like, want to make sure they can't flat slam a Fortnite Seer here. I don't have that much double white. I think I'd still like a second white source, though. Another tower. They keep coming. And another tower. Alright. I guess that one's locked under Stony, though. I'm gonna do this... No. I have to... Timing on this is so weird. If I wait till their draw step, they can draw Nature's Claim and cast it through my Negate. But I don't want... They can't crack Expedition Map at the moment, so I guess I do it now anyway. Yeah, I just want to be able to make sure I can hold up Negate from their next draw step onwards to keep them off Nature's Claim. So, like, obviously, this means that they can't end up drawing the forest I would have given them, but I think that's fine. I think this is good. It means I just get to have Negate up from their draw step onwards. Hopefully untap to ferry them. That would be nice. Yeah, they have a lot of forests anyway. Hey there, Nucleo. Good to see you. Alright, and now the game ends. Sure. Hey, what did I say? The game has ended. Great. Teferi's so good. Yay, we did it. And by we, I mean Teferi. So someone in chat was recommending maybe leaving in a Terminus or two for like the draws where they just go like Fort not into Fractus. Don't know how I feel about that. It's not like terrible, but Spell Queller is not great. I think I still want to run it back like this, but I can definitely see these being like considerations, and maybe I'm being too low on them. Modern Teferi realness. Teferi's so good. Ooh, and they're not the best. I think it's a keep because we got this Field of Ruin. It's like, obviously we'd love to have a Stony, but I think it's pretty unreasonable to send this hand back. Yeah, blue-white is quite delightful nuclear. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure how I feel about Vision. It's been like kind of medium, but we'll see. Feels like win more a lot of the time. That's the problem. It's like fine though. It's very bad against humans because of Meddling Mage. It felt like awful against humans earlier. So I'm just firing off this opt in case I draw a Colonnade. Definitely bottoming this path. Just need lands. Awesome. Just play out this, pass the turn. Next time we get to field them. We have like some decent follow-ups for like the lower end of their deck, as long as we can keep them off Tron. Yeah, it's a really nice place to be at the moment. If you like blue-white control, just like really good in multiple formats. It's like not bad in Legacy either. It's not the best it's ever been, but another expedition map. Okay. Interesting. Grixis seems better than blue-white. That's fair. Grixis is very good. This is really awkward because I played the island. Because I played the plains. If I played the island, I could fetch up a plains here. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played the island. Okay. I would only have fetched up a plains if I drew another blue source, but I did. And now I just like look kind of silly. Because I can't fetch up a plains against Fort Not Seer, which really sucks. Because like I'm forced to get an island here, I think. So that I have Cryptic open next turn. Yeah, so I just look kind of silly for my sequencing. These lands. I wasn't really sure if it would end up mattering which I played, and it like totally did. Or not. Yeah, and like if we had Path open, this Fort Not just would do nothing. It would be blank cardboard instead of getting to trap us off path for a little while. It's still not. Fort Not's still not doing that much, but it's at least doing something. Yep, I take the path, obviously. Jace the Mind Sculptor, huh? You don't say. Pretty sure we just play this. Pretty sure seems great. We have Ancestral Vision next turn. Yeah. Refill our hand. Dig for a path. Dig for a field. Only real threat we care about at the moment is Ulamog, I feel. Because, like, all the others we can just deal with. Yes, Worldbreaker is, like, low-key annoying. It's not the end of the world. Ooh, they have Tron next turn. Okay, exciting. We might have to start slogging through Ulamog triggers pretty soon. If they have an Ulamog, I guess we can try and clique the Ulamog. Maybe. We can draw 2 Field of Ruins. That also works. We can't Field of Ruin and have Cryptic up. What are we doing? That's not that weird, Nuclear. Ulamog's the only card that matters, right? I guess Ballista's quite annoying too. Ballista's pretty good. Yeah, just field and cast Clique. You're probably right. Sounds pretty good. Heh. Change of plans. Change of plans, everyone. What cards are we hiding on top? Because I'm going stone... Oh, no. No, we're shuffling the field. Alright, alright. Okay, so we shuffle away garbage. Shuffle away a Colonnade. Shuffle away this island. Let me go field. Field your tower. Find an island. Cast the Stony. I don't care if they cast the Fort Knots here, it just does nothing. I have no real interest in taking that from them. A Ballista would be annoying. If they cast Ballista, it's actually quite annoying. If they go Nature's Claim plus Ballista. They need a Nature's Claim for the Ballista to even do anything. I think I'm getting rid of this Colonnade. I think I just want untapped lands at the moment. Kind of using all my mana. Don't think this Colonnade's attacking anytime soon. Jace is so messed up against Fort Knots here. I'd like to provide this game as evidence of why I don't play Fort Knots here in Tron. It just does nothing half the time. They just path it or just gets bounced with Jace and then you can never recast it. I have no idea why everyone's so high on that card. This card is a bit better. So I have to kill the power plant this turn. I guess I can plan just to like block with Clique, maybe. Or I can just accept that like Jace is going down and that's fine. Regardless, let's just start with a Brainstorm. Back up Stony. Yeah, that's my plan, Nuclear. If they have a Ballista, it gets pretty ropey, but I only just realised our Hallowed Fountains are mismatching. Loose. Let's get an island. You intentionally mismatched all the basics. Jesus, Nucleo, you're a monster. You are a monster. Alright, when am I doing this clique? Yes, draw step. So just draw step it. Try and take another Frag Tusk. That card's like a bit annoying. Hey there, Selena. Alright. Clique, yeah. Try and take a Ballista from your hand. It's like Ballista and Frag Tusk are the things we care about here. Don't think I would take anything else. I guess we have Stony for Ballista. So like, Doesn't do too much. Yeah, I guess we'd leave them with Ballista if they don't have a Nature's Claim. So we're basically just taking Frag Tusk. We might take... I'm like iffy on taking Fort Knot. I don't think Fort Knot does that much here, but it's still like minor irritation. I guess there's a world in which we need to take a Karn or something. I hadn't considered that. They're only a land of Karn. We'll see, we'll see. Hey there, Heather. Hope you're doing well today. Hoi. Hoi. They have max 1 more forest in their deck. Yep. Every list runs 4 to 5 forests. I don't think I've even seen ones with 3 forests recently. Everyone's just on like 4 to 5. Depending on whether they want an additional utility land. What are they considering here? What you drinking? Cinnamon tea. It is tasty. I like it. I'm a big fan. It is pretty great, Jaken. Strong agree. I would like maybe click trigger to resolve. Doodah, doodah. Come on. Just want to see how like ruined I'm gonna get. Reveals hand. 1 land, 4 world breakers. They have the Nature's Claim. They're being patient. Jeez. I am surprised. 6 mana. So from next turn we always need to have Negate open. That's fine. I'm going to take this Nature's Claim, I think. There are like draws that punish us. We have the backup Stony, actually. Do we leave them with Nature's Claim because we have the backup Stony? Take TKS. My inclination is take TKS or take nothing. I'm not sure which is better. It's definitely one of those two. You take TKS because I have another Stony, yeah. I mean, there's also an argument for taking nothing because we can kind of deal with this TKS decently. And like, if they draw a card, it's pretty rough for us. If they draw a Wall Breaker, it's reasonably bad. How do I deal with TKS? I'm drawing 1,000,000 cards with Jace. Maybe alright though. Maybe alright. It's either taking TKS or taking nothing. You take nothing. I mean, if they take the Stony, I'm very okay with that. I lose access to Stony, but I have these 3 absurd spells in hand. You value the Stony pretty highly because of the map. That's reasonable. Yeah, when they can't trivially assemble Tron. I mean, they're near to like just hard casting their things anyway, but think I'm going to take the TKS. I'm not convinced it's correct. I think it's really close, though. I think it's really close. It's also kind of nice if they want to go Nature's Claim plus Wormcoil. This is like another bit of the argument for taking TKS. It forces them to play Wormcoil this turn. And if they go Wormcoil plus Nature's Claim, they don't get to crack their map before the second Stony hits the battlefield. Like, that's actually pretty relevant, I think. I think that's actually, like, pretty great for us. Obviously, we can get punished, though, by some draws. Like, basically, Fragtusk can't Wildbreaker punish us. Fucking hell, that's so good. Jeez. Another Fragtusk. Yep. That is very strong. Fragtusk is so much better than TKS. Just, like, impossible to deal with. You wish we had a Terminus in here somewhere? I'm kind of feeling that way. Hey there, Amy. I'm kind of feeling that way. The first words were fucking hell. Oh my god. Good timing. Good timing. I'm pretty good. Alright, I think I'm going to bounce the beast, play a land, cast Stony, pass the turn. Kind of awkward that we only have one bounce left in Jace now, but we're chewing through these beasts in our own way. This way we get to have, we can go Snap, Opt, Chump with Snapcaster and still have Negate up, which I think works out pretty nicely for us. Obviously they can just slam the Wormcoil, but then we have like Cryptic Tap open with Negate in addition. So I think we're fine with them getting a Wormcoil into play. They can go land Ugin and we have Negate up. Yeah, which is fine. Alright, Snapcaster. Like to target my Opt, as opposed to the Ancestral Vision. This deck's been pretty good, Amy. We're a 2-1 with it at the moment, which is fine, but it's felt very powerful. You draw so many cards, it's absurd how many cards you draw. I need to knock on wood next time I say Fragtusk, I do. Alright, we can't negate that, but that's fine. I guess I could opt now to try and hit Logic Knot. I would probably Logic Knot this Wormcoil or Mana Leak it. Skill game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh. I'm gonna get these Field of Ruins out of my yard. I'm overpaying here, but I think that's fine. We have like nothing else that uses the yard in quite this fashion, and it means they can't randomly surgical the 4th Field of Ruin. It's like probably irrelevant, but got a player on stream. Have I told the story on stream yet? At the SCG Envy, Someone, we have Azcanta, but Azcanta's always going to flip, right? There's like no world in which Azcanta isn't flipping. So at the SCG Envy, oh my god, these cards. I will get around to finishing this sentence at some point, I promise. So at the SCG Envy, starting the sentence for the 10th time, I heard a Tron player talking to his friend about how he added a single Simian Spirit Guide to his deck for the modern portion of the Envy. And he got paired against Infect. And he had Oblivion Stone on board with 4 mana up. And the Infect player goes for the combo kill to kill him. And he proceeds to exile his Simian Spirit Guide, to his single main deck Simian Spirit Guide, to crack his O Stone, and like 4-for-1 his Infect opponent. And win the unwinnable. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. If I had perfect info, I think I would Cryptic bounce here, but I'm just gonna let this resolve instead, since we don't know what the final card is. Oh my god, that's amazing, Nucleo. That is wonderful. Relic's kind of annoying. We have like 1 Snapcaster and a Search left in our deck. I guess I just let this resolve. I just don't want them resolving a Frag Tusk or a Thought Knot. I feel like if we make it out of this turn without them resolving one of those 2 cards, it's like very hard for us to lose. Alright, they can't even use this. I'm stupid. The Relic is quiet. It is indeed. We can just block the 3/3. You're right. You're right. Just like take actions at random. Probably doesn't matter. Quite correct. I can probably start attacking at some point. I don't think that point's going to be quite yet, because I'm having fun drawing cards. Jace been literal bay, yeah. Jace has been absurd. I want to save the Cryptic, right? Because they have creatures in their deck. We're drawing another Negate anyway, watch out for time. Got loads of time. Thanks for the heads up, player. Oh my god, is this coming off Suspend? No. I got really excited. We could start Fate Sealing. I'm kinda having fun though, Nucleo. Kinda having fun. Like, why would I start Fate Sealing when I can draw all these Jaces? 5 for this. Alright. I'm incorrigible, I really am. You're not wrong. Suspend this vision. Set up for 4 turns time. Have a suspicion we're winning this one. That is a Eugene. I'd like to negate your Eugene. They just have a Nature's Claim in hand, just like Stone Nothing. Jeez. Must be rough. So I could start Fate Sealing here, but I think I still just want to draw cards. Because drawing cards is wonderful. I don't even know how many relevant cards there are left in our deck at this point, but you know. Sure. Alright. They don't have a tower. Cool. See you, Selena. Hope your day goes well. They have 1 Ulamog. 3 Fort Knots. A Fragment. They have the full fort. Oh no, we leaked a Fort Knot, of course. Alright, so their deck does nothing. Awesome. They have Infi mana already, I guess. That's a good point. It probably doesn't matter. Should take win cons, I agree. Probably doesn't matter, regardless. Kinda playing cards at random at this point. This is game 3, yeah. I hope it's game 3. Clock is ticking. I really love drawing cards. Guess I'll start Fate Sealing. Fine, I'll start Fate Sealing. Just so people stop telling me to start Fate Sealing. Ha! Set up. Got him. Stony Silence is a messed up Magic card. I guess it's only really traded with 2 cards this game. It's just been like a 2-for-1. Maybe it isn't quite that messed up, but it's pretty great. Alright. 3-1. I think we're 3-1 now. 2 for 2. No, you're right. It's been a 2 for 2. Correct. Good point, well presented. Alright, on to the 5th and final. And then we can try out a different blue-white list. I have like 4 different blue-white lists loaded. I'm going to try like 2 or 3 of them today. Basically keep going until about 7 PM. 3 for 2 because of the claim in hand, that's true. There was like no good target for the claim that game. Because we had 2 Stonies. We had a streamer showdown earlier. Yeah, it was great, Nucleo. Blue-white Durdle versus blue-red Kiln Fiend. Game 2, Daniela flipped an Arayo. It was spicy. It was quite problematic. We died to it. Alright, let's get this 4-1. I would like a nice clean 4-1. Just good, clean living. Daniela's great. Yeah. This hand's great. Terminus is a bit question mark, but you know. Birds of Paradise. Alright. Yep. I think I'm just shocking myself. This is probably coming in untapped at some point anyway. I'd like to have the option to path or opt. It's probably fine. This is when they cast Blood Moon and we feel really dumb for not just playing the Flooded Strand or playing... Yeah. It's all fun. The Reliquary is quite beefy. I don't think we have to path that, do we? It's like a 2-2. It grows fairly quickly. Is this considered a Miracles deck? It does have Miracles in it, so quite possibly. I haven't heard anyone call it miracles though. How am I pathing this? I'm really unsure on this. I don't really want to use up my opt because it can dig for Terminus. I feel like I need to save this for like Devoted Druid or like Tireless Tracker. Yeah, the activated ability is decent. I think I want to save this for a bigger threat. I think we're looking to try and like set up a Terminus for this going long. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever. Take your stupid land. You'll take your land and you'll like it. Wow, another forest. Alright, I wanted to get down Search this turn, but drawing Vision just, like, changes the whole equation. Yeah, we won't... I mean, we have a lot of basics in this deck, Nucleo. Ooh, Corsair of Cryptic. Primal Command. Jesus Christ. Opponent's deck is a treat. It's also probably not the best matchup for us. This Terminus is kind of great in this matchup though. If we can hit one of our like remaining Terminuses, we're in a great spot. Yeah, this is kind of yikes. It's not yikes. I could save this opt to try and hit Terminus, but I think I'm just gonna cycle it. I kind of want that land. I also need action though to interact with this board is the problem. I don't know. Another opt's fine. Now we get to Search plus Colonnade. I'd rather get down my Colonnade than cycle my opt here, because like using the opt on future turns lets us potentially try and find a Terminus in their turn. So I think I'm just gonna like get my tap plan down, develop my mana that way. Stone Rain me. Rude. Yeah, this is some weird green devotion deck. Normally they splash just for Wolf Run. Ooh, that's the door. I'll be back in a moment. Oh, sorry about that. Butler's arrived with some food. Not quite. Not quite. I guess I'm putting this in my yard. I do kind of want the land, but I feel like at this point I'm far enough behind. I just like want as many redraws as humanly possible to one of the final two Terminuses. Also, like, flipping this gives us outs, like maybe casting one of these at some point. So, like, getting a card in the yard is kind of relevant. I don't know. Like, obviously the land's nice, but with Coco on top. This matchup feel... Like, we do have Terminuses in our deck, which seem, like, absurd in this matchup, but outside of that, they have, like, a lot of card advantage to go toe-to-toe with us. Cards like Strangleroot Geist deal with Planeswalkers pretty well. Yeah, I agree, we're probably just too far behind this game. Alright, I'm just gonna go for the opt here, I think. Cross my fingers. Definitely bottom that, it's a bit slow. Alright. we're going to go to 7. Yeah, this definitely feels like one of those matchups where having Terminus instead of Verdict. In this situation, it feels a bit awkward. They aren't committing any more to the board though, because they're scared of Verdict, I guess. Oh no, they do have Coco in hand. They might just be planning on Cocoing on our end step. That's also possible. Okay, we have Snap half up. Buy us a turn. How far away is this? One more turn. If we can untap next turn, we have a decent shot at getting to cast this. Yeah, they're holding up Coco. We're apparently holding up Negate. Problem is, if we negate the Coco, we don't get to snap path. If I negate, I'm losing heavily on board. Yeah. Very true. How does Wolf Run work next turn? It does 1, 2, 3. So they need to draw an untapped land. So they need to hit a land underneath this Primal Command. I think I want to draw this. Let's negate. Yeah, I think we need to get to hardcast Terminus. It's really awkward when... I guess if they Coco, they get rid of this Primal Command. I'm actually going to draw this. I think this is a fine draw. No, they get rid of the command. Oh no, if we negate Coco, they... Yeah, I'm being stupid. Yeah, we just have to get rid of the negate, don't we? Sucks. I don't really know how we win this, but... The negate certainly doesn't do it. Digging for the Miracle Terminus, yeah, that might be right. Cryptic is very good. Cryptic is a Time Walk that can dig for the 6th land. Okay. So you have to let the Coco resolve, right? And then we have a Time Walk here with the Cryptic. Fauna Shaman. That's a terrifying magic card. I wonder what they're doing with Fauna Shaman. I haven't seen that one in a while. Yeah, Fauna Shaman is very spicy. Probably need to tap draw here. I think I need to tap draw here. Dig for my 6th land. Try and get out of this situation. Yeah, they're using their Knight and possibly their Fauna Shaman before their creatures are tapped. Makes sense. I'm expecting to draw Terminus off this Cryptic. Seems likely. I mean, if we do, we just Ghost Quarter ourselves, right? I am very fine with drawing Terminus off this Cryptic. I would accept a Terminus off this Cryptic. That would be delightful. I would happily Stone Rain myself for such a draw. Nick Voss, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 mana this turn. Because if they have an Eternal Witness in hand, they can get back Primal Command. Sadly, I don't think we can go score to the Nykthos. Ewit Primal Command is messed up, for sure. Really? Oh, they had the E-Witness in hand from the earlier Primal Command. I should have paid attention. I guess that's a problem. At least they aren't E-Witting Plowonder quite. Huh. Whoa! Wait, what? It doesn't give me... Oh, I don't get priority in their declare attackers if they don't... Alright. Makes sense, I guess. It's kind of gross. Didn't realize that was how it worked. Maybe I'm better with the rules than that, but... I assumed we'd get priority at some point after the beginning of combat step. Maybe I had to set a stop in, like, end of combat or something. Oh, this is bad for me. Like, forces me to draw a verdict or something. Oh no, I don't even get to draw. Because they put a card on top, huh? Good morning, Justin. Yeah. So I'm just like dead here then. That sucks. I wonder how that game goes if we manage to hit the Nykthos at the right time. To cut them off of Ewit Primal Command. Anyway. Excuse me. This matchup seems kind of tough to board for. Like, this stuff is really good against the Mopey Creature plan. And really bad against the Primal Command plan. I guess Disdainful Stroke's just great. Probably want Negate as well because of Collected Company. We could have self-GQ'd for the shuffle and Lexec Terminus. That's true. We could have actually done that. No, you're right, Nuclear. I should definitely have done that. Gives me like a 4%er or something to keep playing the game. Yeah, it's like fairly unlikely we win from that point, but it's still like an out. Still has us live, right? I guess we want this stuff. And I guess we want this stuff. Oh, it's non-creature permanent? Awesome. That's good news. Mana Leak's good in like the setup of the game. I guess it also just shuts down Ewit Primal Command loops. They're always going to find some way to use their mana, right? They're always going to find some way to use their mana. GQ is Ghost Quarter. What am I cutting? Okay, we want... I feel like we want Condemn. They have like Strangle Rootgeist in their deck, you know? Maybe one of these is a bit slow. Like it didn't come off Suspend that game. Honestly, Search for Azcanta might suck against the Primal Command deck. It's like so much setup for it to be like commanded. I am in Cardiff this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. There's also this weird suspicion that maybe... I guess the Cliques are bad, huh? Just take out the Cliques. You like one Dispel versus all the Coco decks? That's reasonable. I guess I'm not used to playing a deck that has like this much long game against Coco decks. It's like very efficient. Do I take out a D-Sphere or an Ancestral Vision? I'm like not in love with the D-Sphere because of whenever I play against blue-white, I tend to like end up boarding in Rec Sages because there's like something worse in my green deck. And, like at least Rec Sage can like blow up a D-Sphere or a Search or something. Yeah, Sphere versus green is risky. Yeah, I think I agree with that. This doesn't have much creature interaction, but I guess it's fine. I want to play Fortress turn 1 in case I draw Terminus. I'd like happily cast the Terminus to kill a Birds of Paradise. Any insights on Standard? I think the free decks you could justifiably play, in my opinion, at the RPTQ are red black, blue black, or honestly I think Fog is still quite good, even though people are more prepared for it. It put up like a really good showing at Nationals, but I'm aware that's like the only place it put up a good showing, so maybe I'm wrong on that. The other decks in Standard I'm not a big fan of for various reasons. No, this is like big green. Yeah, some weird Naya green devotion list. Courser of Cryptic. Oh my god. Yeah. They get to reshuffle with Knight too. Digging for a land. Condemn versus Oust is kind of interesting. It's not clear to me that Condemn is better than Oust. Like, certainly in this matchup, I feel like Oust is quite a bit better against Condemn, just for like tagging in Knight of the Reliquary before it can untap. I don't want them drawing that Eternal Witness, so I'm just gonna target this Temple Garden. Find another island. You think Stroke is too narrow? That's reasonable. Last game we lost to Primal Commands and Collected Companies and such. It certainly looks like pretty awkward against the draws that are just a bunch of free drops though. Jeez, what? Oh, you mean in the sideboard? You think Stroke is too narrow? Okay, that makes sense. I think this list has 3 negates in the 75. I'm not sure I'm in love with the 4th. I can Condemn here, but then I don't get to hold up Cryptic. I guess we have to Cryptic the Choke, though. Like, we probably can't afford to cast Cryptic this turn anyway. And we have Disdainful Stroke up for, like, their big plays. Alright, this is fine. I guess, like, one of the two big decks you want Stroke... Like, the two big decks you want Stroke against are Titan Shift, which no one is playing at the moment, and Tron, where, like, post-board, a lot of the time your mana leaks are, like, functionally Disdainful Strokes, because you're just hoping to like keep them off Tron with Field of Ruins and Stony Silences. So like often Mana Leak's just good enough. Once you have like Stonies in your deck on top of the Field of Ruins. Some people still play Titan Shift, but it's certainly not a common occurrence. I feel like that deck's like seeing a lot less play nowadays. I guess they get a Plains, since apparently they have chokes. Yep. Jukabog making my Snapcaster upset. Titan Shift had the worst win rate in GP Prague. That is not surprising to me. I think it is quite bad at the moment. Like, I have no idea what matchup you want to be playing Titan Shift in. Yeah, the control decks are good against Titan Shift. Especially with like Field of Ruin being so popular. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going bounce draw here. Bounce the Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah, it seems like Humans has a lot of decent interaction for the Titan Shift matchup too. Agree. Here comes a Coco. Shout out to Rob for saying we should board in one Dispel. Apparently just a genius. Even draw a Cryptic so that we can like suspend this Ancestral Visions. Jeez. So lucky. So ridiculously lucky. I really don't like Ancestral Vision. I'm completely off this card after this league, by the way. Don't really understand it. I feel like you have enough card advantage without it, and it's kind of clunky. Yeah, Glimmer seems way better than Ancestral Vision. I don't know that Glimmer's good enough, but I don't think Ancestral Vision is good enough. At least. I think one of the other, I have like 4 lists loaded up to try out. I think the other one with the Ancestral Visions, I'm just gonna like have to replace the Ancestral Vision with something else. So just like really not in love with the card. Think twice is probably better, yeah. I would agree with that. That makes sense to me. I like, oh my god, this is so awkward. Hieroglyphic Illumination is also just a pet card for me, so I'm like super happy with the idea of playing it from that perspective. I love Hieroglyphic Illumination like way too much. Did they draw a Woodland Bellower earlier this game? I feel like they did, but I cannot remember. I guess I get to chump with the Snapcaster. If they attack with Knight here, yeah. So I guess what I end up doing here is I pass the turn, chump with Snapcaster to hold Cryptic up, so that I can counter a Bellower, if need be. Do I ever play any combo decks? Not really. I mainly like mid-range and control. Like, I play combo decks on stream sometimes, just to like mix things up and try out new things. But at tournaments I tend to either play just mid-range or control, because those are the decks I'm, like, competent with. I'm very bad at combo. Playing Sneak and Show at the previous PT was, like, such a horrendous mistake. Oh, they shuffled it away. Awesome. Well, regardless, we still have this Cryptic up, because of, like, the line I ended up taking. But still good to know. Now I get to bounce the Knight, draw a card. Kinda clinging on here. Still waiting for that Ancestral Vision. We're gonna be waiting a long time. So they have 2 Knight of the Reliquaries, Fulminator Mage as the known cards, I think. I've not been keeping, like, perfect track. I've been kinda lazy about it. Basically, they have plenty of cards. How do they ever cast Fulminator Mage? I only just realized that in their, like, green-white deck. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna Logic Knot this. Can I Logic Knot this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 Pachuca Bug. I guess that gets them there, huh? Yeah, they have, like, Birds of Paradise as well. Like, they can get there, but it's kind of absurd. I'd like it on record that it's kind of absurd. Alright, this just gets there perfectly. We lose our Cryptic from our yard, but we only have the 1 Snapcaster left, I think, anyway. Now, like, Mana Leak lines up with whatever their follow-up is. Just, like, perfection. Mana Leak casually being better. Like, Logic not doing what Mana Leak can't, and then Mana Leak doing what Logic not can't. Just everything. Everything going to plan. I don't even want to cast it. I guess I'm on 3, but I have the Colonnade up to block. Wait on this a turn. That's why we play 1 of each. I know, right? just perfect deck building. How could it be better? I love how the draw step pause means they're like 100% sure we have Terminus now. Nice. Deal. I like it. This was an awful lot of waiting around for free cards. Can you believe that card used to be banned? Like, what the hell? You're just gonna be like, just Terminus here. It's probably fine. Probably can't lose the game now. Yeah, opponent agrees. Okay, do you want to change anything now? The Dispel is apparently just like perfection. Apparently the Dispel's staying. Boarding in Dispel versus green decks is hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Queller in, Stroke out. Stroke was awkward that game. For sure. Like, Stroke hits Company, Primal Command, Woodland Bellower, but Negate hits almost all of those. The thing is, I'm not sure that... Yeah, Stroke wasn't good, for sure. But I think Stroke is better than Negate. Because it hits like Woodland Bellower or anything ridiculous like that. Maybe like a Prime Time. I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a single Prime Time in their deck. I don't want Vendilion Clique. I think Vendilion Clique seems trash here. Honestly, I don't love Spell Queller. Like, our plan is to wrath the board repeatedly. Getting something hidden under a Spell Queller seems really bad in this matchup. Is Search bad? Maybe Search is fine. Search would have looked really good that game. Let's try it. There's also there's like a small argument for Timely over Ancestral Vision. But like, it buys a lot of time, just like more draw steps to hit Terminus. You like Timely? Yeah, I think it's kinda close. I think like Timely is very functionally close to Ancestral Vision in this matchup. But you think it's bad? Okay, I'll leave it out then, if you think it's bad. Like, I think it's not great, but I think Ancestral Vision is not great too. Yes. Need land drops, right? Like, forced to keep this kind of hand. Yeah, I'd be like a bit surprised by Bloodbraid. Opponent has Collected Company in their deck. There's like an upper limit on how much expensive stuff there can be. Like, they have Collected Company's Primal Commands, and then like a couple big creature targets for the Primal Commands, like Woodland Bellower. There's like a real upper limit on how much stuff they, like, Bloodbraid they could even fit in. Oh my god, imagine if we hit Terminus that turn, we just like never lose the game. Oh my god, Field of Ruin as well. Okay, okay. Let's just like cross our fingers a bit here. Field of Ruin and a Dream. This is a nice field target for sure. I guess we have to fade Primal Command. Like, from that perspective, there's almost the tiniest argument for upkeep pathing the Arbor Elf, but that's probably aggressive. Passing with Coco up. Huh. Possible they Coco in response to this fetch land crack. Try and find a Fulminator. Presence of Fulminators makes like fetching up these a bit awkward. Fetching up Hallowed Fountains and such. So I guess that just like means I get Island. Interesting. As you are now realizing, Nassif, I am one of the only people in the world who play slower than you. So if I field now, I only cut my opponent off 1 mana. So it's probably irrelevant. I can probably wait and see what they get. Yeah. I can wait. I only cut my opponent off 1 mana by fielding there. It just, like, doesn't matter. Oh, now because of Tracker. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Doing it then because of Tracker. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. We're not beating Tracker plus Witness, but short of like drawing a Terminus next turn. This is just like embarrassing. Focus on the game? I am focusing on the game. I just play very slowly. I mean, the hits they have are quite good, to be fair. But it is the tiniest bit greedy. Guess I just have to do this. Oh no, I should do it in that turn because I'm playing so badly. What am I doing? Oh. I'm just like tilting because I messed up with the field. It's like, to be fair, it's not something I'd even think about. Like, I've never played these Field of Ruin decks before, but if I condemn the Tracker, my opponent untaps and plays a land and gets another clue. So like, I'm definitely not doing that. But I should have upkeeped the path, obviously, because now I've just like given them another mana. As it happens, apparently they're just going to play into a Wrath effect main phase though, to play around my counter magic. So I guess that's something. It's like 0, try and find Terminus. Try and find Terminus, try and soak up a tiny bit of damage. Yes, I want field on top. If the knights attack, then they aren't like growing in the face of the Baneslayer, which is something. Yeah, make it play field in case we need to upkeep shuffle. Yep. That makes sense. These are all like weird tricks that I've just like never had to learn, right? There's going to be a bit of a learning curve of this deck, and that's fine. Nice. Reveal backup Nick Foss. I guess they could just like float to have 1,000,000 mana this turn if they wanted. They have the land in hand anyway. 8 mana. So if they have Primal Command, things get kind of awful. Things are definitely getting to the range where like Baneslayer Angel's not going to be doing much blocking. Oh my god, is this a Fulminator Mage time? Is this the classic modern line of Woodland Bellower for Fulminator Mage? Kill the Colonnade. Only green creatures. You're right. I knew it was non-legendary. I didn't know it was only green. Huh. That makes the Fulminators look like more and more suspect. But hey, it's not helping the argument for Fulminator Mage in the deck. 6/5 Eternal Witness. This is kind of. It tutors up a creature that's 3 mana or less, but like at this point in the game, I guess they're kind of similar. Like Ewit for Company would have done about the same. Bye bye Jace. That's probably game over, right? I guess it isn't. I can shuffle Teferi plus, find opt into Terminus. It's like really unlikely. Not really. They put the Jace on top of our library, right? With the Primal Command. So that we can't draw to Terminus this turn. So incredibly ambitious. I mean, gotta go for like the 0.5% over the concession. Alright. Yeah, it's like super dead. They're just gonna get to Primal Command me into Oblivion. Alright. Isn't it better to bluff a settle if only remotely? I don't know that we can actually win the game if they untap. Because they just get to Primal Loop. They just get to Stone Rain us like 3 times. Or at least 2 anyway. Like, they get to go Primal, Ewit, Primal. And like double Stone Rain us, and then we can't win from that position. So I don't think bluffing settled does anything. Hey Alex, we do need to catch up soon. It has been too long. We got the 3-2. There were like some details I didn't like in that list, and I played that last match fairly badly. I played like my match against Daniela quite badly as well, but we ended up winning that anyway. Still, getting used to some of the tricks in the deck. Terminus and instant speed cantrips and stuff make for weird play patterns. We can't Miracle with the remaining mana, because we only have 1 mana left. And the Terminus only works if it's the first card you draw in a turn. Alright, let's open this chest. Leovold. Oh, that must have plummeted, right? Leovold must be worth, like, nothing now. Compared to a little while ago. Free whole tickets. Yeah. Jeez. Why couldn't this be, like, months ago? What happened, Leovold? What happened to our hero? What happened to you? Alright, I hate these Ancestral Visions. I'm not playing this list again. There are like some nice things in it, but I quite liked the main deck Cliques. Cliques were very good. Right, what list am I toying around with now? So like, so